Welcome back. In the last video, we showed you how to sign up to become a contributor, register your account, activate your account, and log in. In this video, I'll show you how to use your dashboard interface, show you what a Mishna should look like, and show you how to make a Mishna. So, once you've logged in, you'll be taken back to the homepage, and you'll also notice that a toolbar appears on top of the content. To access the dashboard panel I just mentioned, roll over visualmishna.com and hit Dashboard. You'll be taken to the home page of your backend interface provided for every author. You'll see a series of panels filled with useful information. Let's go over each panel and what it does. The activity panel just features the latest posts and more. There's the introductory panel, and there's news and announcements. News and announcements is an important panel where the administrators will send out site-wide notices filled with useful information, updates, etc. Under that, we have resources for you. Resources for you contains all the links that we need you to use when adding content or posting a Mishna. We'll go over all of these resources later in the video. Then we have latest members, which shows all the members and contributors that have joined the site. You can actually send friend requests to members, message them, and more. So let's go ahead and check out a profile. As you can see, if I go on Test User 2's profile, I have the option to add them as a friend, public message them, and private message them. If you want, you can post on your profile what Mishnas you've added and what content you've published, just so other authors who are friends with you can see what you've done. But this is not required. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and show you what a Mishna should look like. So let's go ahead and go back to the site. Let's go to the Mishna page. The Mishna page is the main page of the site containing all the content and the full library of information. As you can see, there are the 6 sidrei of Mishnayos. If you click on one, it'll bring you a pop-up. Well, it'll bring you a drop-down of all the tractates contained in that sidra. Whenever a contributor signs up for a certain masechta, that masechta will turn green, meaning that it can now be accessed. At the moment, we have no contributors for any masechta in Zerayim other than Kilayim, which is contributed by the admin. So, if I click on Kilayim, I'll be taken to that masechta's page. The Masechta page right now for Kilayim is a bit out of order, but that's okay. As you can see, we have the introductory post. You'll need to make this post as your first post, and this one really has no special formatting. Just keep it short, simple, and just make it a short introduction for the Masechta that you're doing. Now, let's check what a Mishna should look like. So let's go to the first Mishna of Kilayim. As you can see, it's a pretty simple layout. We have the Hebrew, and then we have the English translation. But as you've probably noticed, lots of words are green and have dots under them. Of course, you can add more context to each Mishnah page, but we do ask that this has to be in each post. Under this, you can add Divrei Torah, commentaries, and more. Let me show you the functionality of the visual Mishna and its main purpose. As you can see in, for instance, Kilayim, there are lots of vegetables and fruits that are completely obscure and very little people know about. So if I'm reading the Mishnah and I want to know what a hyacinth bean is, I just go on the visualmishna.com, click on the hyacinth bean, and a pop-up will pop up. As you can see, I'm provided with information about the seed, as well as a picture. We do ask that all pop-ups have the same interface, that they have the name of the word as well as the Hebrew corresponding to that word, and we do prefer that the image is first, and then the text is under that. This Mishnah is a bit different. In this post, specifically this post, the image is on the bottom, but we do ask that you place the image on top. So that's what a Mishnah should look like. This is the basic format. We have the Hebrew here, the translation, and all the pop-ups, and hence making it the visual Mishnah. Now let's go ahead and make a Mishnah. So head back to your dashboard, go to all posts. As if you go to all posts, you can see posts that you have made. As you can see, we have the Mine tab, which shows your posts. If we go to all, we can see all the posts on the website, but you're only able to edit the ones that you have made. So, let's go ahead and make a post. We'd like your post to resemble what our posts look like, just so we can keep a common format on the site. So the first thing you'll want to do is type in the name of the Masechta, and just type in Perek 1. We'll be doing Mishnah 1. Then go ahead and, once you've done that, go to the content, write Tractate Kilayim, Perek 1, Mishnah 1. The heading we prefer that you keep the heading in your page the same, just so titles don't look different. When you first have accessed your panel, you'll notice that all you'll see is these options. So hit this button right here. It's called the kitchen sink. Hit it and it'll bring up more formatting options. So for the first line in all posts, as you can see, we have your Tractate Kilayim, Perek 1, Mishnah 1. You'll want to make that a heading. So go ahead and make that a heading. Now we need to add the Hebrew. So using one of our resources, mechonmamre.com or .org, we'll go on their website and select the Mishnah that we need. So let me just quickly show you what this resource looks like, what their site looks like. So you can see, by going on the link that we've provided for you, you'll see every single Masechta, every single Sidra, and just click on the Mishnah that you want to acquire the Hebrew from, highlight that Hebrew, and add it into your post. After you've added the Hebrew, highlight it and hit the quote button right here. What this does is, if we go to visualmishnah.com, I can show you what this does. And why this is necessary. So we want to make the Hebrew appear emphasized. So by hitting the quote button, you'll make it kind of indented with this line on the side. After you've posted the Hebrew, you'll want to start adding the English. So as you can see right now, we have quote activated. So just hit enter and then hit the quote button again and text will go back to normal. So let's go ahead and add the English for a Mishnah. So we've asked ArtScroll for their permission to use their translations in our Mishnayos. We haven't received their permission yet, but hopefully they'll authorize us to use that translation. But if you do not have ArtScroll Mishnahs or Gemaras at your home, but you have another source for translation, just write at the bottom of your post what you've used, and we'll get in touch with them and ask for their permission. We ask that all translation come from a book or a written source. We want as correct translation as possible. So, since we've already done Kilayim, Perek 1, Mishnah 1, I'm just going to quickly add a little bit of translation. So we'll write wheat. So once you've typed up your text, you now have your English in here, and in the next part we'll be showing you how to add these tooltips. Thank you for watching how the basics of creating Mishnah. In the part 3 in the next video, we'll be showing you how to add the visual pop-ups, or the tooltips as they're called, to your Mishnahs. So make sure to go ahead and watch that video. The link will be available at the end of the video. And go ahead and watch that, because the pop-ups are one of the most important parts of the visual Mishnah. So make sure to watch that. And thank you for watching part 2 of the Visual Mishnah's Getting Started guide.